Hello everyone, and welcome to your practice. We'll begin at the top of our mat in preparation for movement and breath. This practice is for those who are interested in taking their practice up a notch. However, it is available to all levels. So feel free to modify as necessary as we move throughout the practice. From the top of our mats, we're beginning to find some grounding in the feet, some activation in our navel as we draw it in towards the spine to create some lift in our sternum, allowing our shoulders to gently settle down the back and the top of the head to reach towards the ceiling. The hands can remain at side body or heart center, whatever feels most inviting to you. Connect with your breath as we prepare. We will begin with Sun Salutation A and Sun Salutation B, Surya Namaskar A and Surya Namaskar B. Breathe. On an inhale, take the arms up. On an exhale, dive forward, bend your knees if you need to, hands to the mat. On your inhale, lengthen the spine, take your legs back. Exhale, come down through Chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Take this opportunity in this first down dog to bicycle the legs if you need to, bringing one heel down at a time. Or possibly bending both knees, pressing the palms into your mat, gazing between the ankles, the knees, or towards your navel, wherever is most comfortable for you and what feels most inviting. Allow the breath to be natural. On an inhale, take your feet up to the mat. You can step, hop, whatever feels inviting. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, come up, palms touch. Exhale back to heart center. Number 2. Inhale, the arms come up. Exhale as we hinge from the hips, bending the knees if you need to. Inhale, take your legs back, finding a plank as we exhale through Chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. And exhale, press back again into your downward facing dog. Just taking a moment here again to cycle the legs if you need to. Finding the focal point of choice, your drishti, ankles, knees, or belly button. Continue the breath. Let it be as natural and fluid. Breathe. On an inhale, look at the top of your mat, step, hop, whatever works for you. Exhale to fold forward. Inhale to come up, palms touch. Exhale, hands back to heart center or next to your side body. So be the last Sun Salutation A. On an inhale, palms touch. Exhale to dive forward, hands towards the mat. Inhale, step, hop back, your choice, into a plank or lower through Chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Again, breathing and focusing on that breath. And gazing through your ankles, knees, or towards the belly button. Pressing the palms into the mat. Drawing that belly in. Continue the breath. On an inhale, step, hop, whatever you choose, your feet back to the top of the mat. Exhale to fold forward. Inhale to come up. Exhale the hands to the side body. Surya Namaskar B, 3 Sun Salutation Bs. On your inhale, bend the knees, fingertips graze the mat and come up into Utkatasana. Exhale to fold forward, bending the knees if you need to. Inhale, take your legs back into plank or jump, hop, lower through Chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing. Exhale, downward facing dog. We're going to bring the right foot forward. We're going to pivot that left heel to the mat and inhale into Virabhadrasana, Warrior 1. Exhale, take the hands back to the mat and lower through your chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing, and exhale, downward facing dog. Bring the left leg forward and pivot the right heel onto the mat. Inhale, Virabhadrasana, Warrior One. Exhale to come through and cycle through your vinyasa. If at any time your vinyasas become a little bit too uncomfortable, you can always press back into downward facing dog after you complete. Breathe. The Surya Namaskar B has more of positions in it, so therefore it exerts more energy. So find your breath. On your next inhale, step, hop, walk your feet up towards your hands. Exhale to fold forward. Bend those knees to lower the hips. Inhale into your Utkatasana chair posture. And exhale, come back to standing. Number 2. Inhale, bend the knees, sweep the arms, find your Utkatasana. Exhale to fold forward, bending the knees if you need to. Inhale into your choice of plank or hop back, your choice. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing. Exhale, downward facing dog. We're going to bring the right leg forward, and we're going to pivot that left heel to the mat. Inhale into Warrior One, Virabhadrasana. Exhale all the way through, or you can cycle and modify as necessary. Inhale, upward facing. Exhale, downward facing dog. Pivot. Bring the left leg forward to pivot the right heel. Inhale into Warrior One. Exhale, cycle through your vinyasa. Breathe in that inhale, upward dog. Exhale, down dog. And again, if at any point in these sun salutations you need to take a child's pose, please feel free to do so. Always an option. Breathe. Gazing through your focal point of choice. On an inhale, step, hop, walk your feet up to your hands. On your exhale, you'll fold forward. Bending the knees, make those heels heavy. Inhale into Utkatasana, and then exhale into standing position. One more. Inhale, bend the knees, sweep the hands, palms together, Utkatasana. Exhale to fold forward. Inhale to step or hop back into a plank or chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing. Exhale to downward facing dog. Bringing the right leg forward, pivot the left heel gently onto the mat behind you. Inhale, Virabhadrasana, your Warrior One. Exhale, cycle through your vinyasa. Inhale, upward facing. Exhale, downward facing. Left leg comes forward. Drop the right heel, pivot, and inhale into Warrior One. Exhaling through your vinyasa. And you can always press back into down dog from here. And if you need to take a child's pose, you're more than welcome to. Breathe. Find your breath. Steady calm in your gaze and in your breath. Look at the top of your mat, step, hop, whatever works best for you. Exhale, fold forward, bending the knees to drop the hips. Inhale into Utkatasana, and then exhale, coming into standing position. Very nice. I would say we're pretty warmed up by now in preparation for practice. We'll go into 8 Utkatasana. So we'll remain here for a few breaths in chair posture, taking an opportunity to weight the heels, drawing in our bellies, palms together if you can, or if not, whatever is available today. Breathe in your chair. We're going to take this chair into Ardha Uttanasana, or half chair. Extend those palms or fingertips towards the opposite side of the room, arms stretched and separated. Breathing. Now bring the palms to the mat. We have a couple of options here. You can choose to stay in a squat for 5 breaths and then cycle through vinyasa, or press back into down dog, or you can play with kakasana, crow posture. And if you do take flight, great. And if you don't take flight, that's okay too. So wherever you are, whether it's a squat or a variation of crow posture, maintain it for 5 breaths and either cycle through a vinyasa or meet us in down dog. Excellent, everyone. Take a moment to regroup in your downward dog. As we begin with the standing sequence, we'll bring that right leg forward to pivot the left heel to the mat. Let's find our Warrior 1, Virabhadrasana 1, keeping this for a few breaths. Engaging the abdominal muscles, leading with your heart. Breathing. Warrior 2. So if you need to adjust your feet, you're more than welcome to, allowing that right heel to intersect with the arch of your left foot. Arms are nice and extended naturally, and you're breathing. We're going to straighten that right leg and step in the left foot just a little for Utthita Trikonasana. So we'll reach over that right leg, maybe the right hand to the shin, or if you can catch your toe, you're more than welcome to. Whatever works for you. Extend the left arm up towards the ceiling. However, any discomfort, place that left hand on your left hip. Breathe. Looking down, frame your right foot and keep a little bend in that right knee for Parivrtta Trikonasana. Left hand to the right shin or to the outer right foot, and rotate and turn, gazing towards the right hand, looking down straight ahead, or if the right hand cannot reach up, you can place it on your right hip. Looking down, we're going to take that left foot and step up back just a little for Utthita Parshvakonasana. This is our side angle. Forearm to right thigh if you choose, or if you want to go deeper, right palm to the outer edge of your right foot, and extend the left arm towards the opposite side of the room in both variations. Breathe. Looking down, we're going to drop that back knee and prepare for Parivrtta Parshvakonasana, which is your revolved side angle. Hands at heart center. Rotate to bring the left elbow to the outside of your right knee. You can stay here and work on the twist. However, if you want a little bit more of a challenge, extend your left leg. Make it nice and strong and active. Maybe you gaze towards the ceiling. Maybe you look straight ahead or down. Breathe. Looking down, plant your palms carefully and drop that left knee. We're going to take that right leg to join the left. You can stay in down dog or go through a vinyasa. Chaturanga to upward facing, and then pressing back into downward facing dog. Breathe. And we're prepared for the opposite side. Bring the left leg forward. Pivot that right heel down. Virabhadrasana, Warrior 1. Taking a moment here in Warrior 1 to catch your breath. Find some steady calm in the posture. Breathe. Warrior 2. Separate your palms. Keep a bend in that left leg. And if you need to adjust your feet, feel free to do so. Left heel are intersecting with the arch of your right foot. Breathe. We're going to straighten that left leg and slightly bring in that right foot for Utthita Trikonasana as we exhale to reach over that left leg, left hand to left shin, or possibly deeper, catching the toe. Extending the right arm up, or placing that right hand on your right hip if that's most accessible today. Remember, this is your practice. Modify where you need to. Looking down, both hands frame the left foot. Step in that right foot just a little if you need to for Parivrtta. So you can take the right hand to the left shin or possibly to the outer left foot. Rotate and turn towards the left leg, sending your left hip back and your right hip forward. Again, if the left hand cannot come up, you can place it onto the left hip. Breathe. Both hands come down. Step that right foot back just a little for Uttita Parshvakonasana, extended side angle. Forearm to left thigh, or deeper for those who choose to take a little bit further, opening, creating some space into your side angle. Looking down, we're going to drop the right knee for Pavrita Parshvakonasana. So as we bring that left foot in just a little, hands to heart center, rotate towards that left leg and get the elbow to the outside of the left knee, staying here, working the twist. However, you can always extend that right leg back, activate, make it nice and strong for your revolved side angle. Any variation you do today is perfect. Looking down, hands to the mat, drop the right knee. Take the left leg back. If you want, press back into down dog or cycle through a vinyasa, your choice here. And down dog, we're meeting here. We're taking inventory. How was our breath? How do we feel? Do we need a child's pose? Just take a note of that. Find your focal point if you need to. Ankles, knees, or navel. Breathe. Now we're going to bend our knees and carefully walk our hands towards our feet. For Padangusthasana, we're going to catch your toes with the index finger, middle finger under your toe, the thumb on the top of the base of your toe. Bend your knees deeply if you need to, elbows next to the legs, and you can stay there in a deep bend variation, or if you can straighten your legs just a little, feel free to do so. Melt your body into your legs. Pressing the toes down as you attempt to lift them up. Breathe. Gazing towards the space of your knees. Inhale, lengthen. Padahastasana, you're going to slide your palms under your feet. Getting those toes really close to the crease of your wrist, and then bend the elbows out to the side if you can. Allow yourselves to fold into your legs. Gazing between your knees if that's available, or your belly button, whatever works for you. Inhale, lengthen to remove the hands. Exhale the hands to the hips and hinge up. Excellent job, everyone. We're going to walk right back to the top of our mat. Just take a moment here to absorb that sequence. A lot of movement and transitions as we prepare for some wide-legged forward folds. So step out into a nice wide stance on your mat. Adjust as necessary. Bring the hands to the hips. We're going to go with Prasarita Padottanasana A posture with some variations. So take a breath in when you're ready. On your exhale, you'll hinge down. If your hands don't make it to the mat, you can place them on the shins. If they're comfortably placed onto the mat, you're more than welcome to do that. And then as you begin to bend the elbows behind you, lower the head. Maintain a nice strong back, strong legs, minimal flexion. Breathe. We're going to take this variation of Prasarita Padottanasana and give a couple of options. Breathe. So on an inhale, lengthen. Option 1, you'll place your right hand directly under your face, just a little in front of you. For the revolved variation, you will hold this for 5 breaths, and then you'll transition to the left palm under the face and hold this side for 5 breaths. That's the first option. However, if you had a comfortable forward fold, you can come onto your forearms and create Padahasta Shirshasana or headstand hands to place the back of your head into. And we'll transition into a wide-legged headstand, lifting up carefully, bringing the feet together, and we'll hold this for 10 breaths. So if you're doing the first option of the revolved wide-legged forward fold, you'll be with your right hand directly under your face for 5 breaths. And we'll transition into the left hand after 5 breaths for a total of 10. And we'll all meet back into the wide-legged forward fold with both hands on the mat. So if you're ahead, that's okay. We'll take the legs out wide for those of you entertaining this variation, carefully bringing the feet back to the mat. Come onto the palms of your hands as you inhale to lengthen. Exhale the hands to the hips and inhale to come up. Beautiful job. So we're going to move into the C variation. Take the arms up, clasp your hands behind you to straighten the arms and extend the chest forward. And then on your next exhale, go ahead and hinge, come forward. Don't worry if your arms don't come off of your back. That's perfectly okay. However, if they do, that's also perfectly okay. Breathe here, nice strong legs. Shift the weight slightly forward to the balls of your feet. Try not to fall though. And breathe. And on your inhale, use those hands to bring you back to a half forward fold. Bring your palms directly onto the mat. We're going to go into a moving squat. So you'll bend your right knee. And then you'll go to the left knee and bend. Now your moving squat doesn't have to be as low as mine. It can be higher hips, middle hips, or lower hips. So we're just going to take a few moments here to transition between each side on this moving squat. And then whenever you bend your right knee for the next time, go ahead and face that knee and drop your left knee to the mat. You can walk your fingertips closer to you for a hamstring stretch, a variation of splits posture. Or for those of you that choose to go into the splits, you'll extend your left leg in front of you and your right leg in front of you and your left leg behind you. Keeping the palms next to the sides of your body, extend the chest forward, and let's just take this variation of splits in. Breathing. And then carefully transition into that moving squat. So we'll bend the left knee when you're ready, and the right, and the left knee, and the right. And when your body allows to bend the left knee, drop the right knee down. Take the half split or hamstring stretch variation, or extend your left leg in front of you and your right leg behind you into your split posture. Breathe here. And then we're going to come into a seated wide-legged forward fold and we'll entertain a variation of Upavishta Konasana. So with both feet extended, toes pointing up towards the ceiling, we're going to turn our bodies towards the right leg. We're going to frame that right leg with an extended spine, or for those of you with greater range of motion, you can melt the body into that right leg. Hold your foot, hold your ankle, clasp your wrist, whatever works for you. Breathing here, gazing at your toes. So any variation, take a look at those toes. And then we're going to inhale to come up. Now we're going to focus on working in the middle. So your fingers can come in front of you. Or for those of you that are still working on some hamstring mobility, take your hands behind you to prevent the posterior tilt in your hips. Otherwise, you can catch the outsides of your feet and allow the chest and chin to come towards the floor below you. Any variation that works for you is perfect. Breathing. And inhale to come up. So we'll turn our body towards the left leg to frame that left leg as we carefully walk our hands down, or begin to melt the body into that leg, finding the shin, the ankle, the foot, whatever works for you. Gazing at the toes. And inhale to come up. So slide your hands under your knees to help bring the legs in towards you. Let's face the top of our mat again. I'm going to do some seated cat-cows here, so kind of fold into your knees. Inhale to lengthen. Exhale, curl your toes and curl yourself in. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, curl in. And then inhale, lengthen. Exhale to curl in. Beautiful job, everybody. So we're going to work our way back to standing. But before that, we're going to entertain a Navasana. So extend your arms out. You can come with heels down, parallel shins, or pick it up and find your toes pointing up towards the ceiling. Stretch those arms out and reach. Breathe. Go ahead and bring your feet back down, hands in front of you, and entertain a vinyasa. Or you can just press back into downward facing dog, your choice. Inhale, upward facing for those following along. And exhale, downward facing dog. Breathe. From here, we're going to step, hop, whatever you choose, ourselves back to the top of our mats. Exhale to fold forward. And then on an inhale, come up. Exhale the hands to the side body. Beautiful job, everyone. So let's take a moment here to find ourselves come to the top of the mat, possibly regrouping, taking and connecting with our breath, checking in on ourselves. So we're going to go into a variation of Parsvottanasana, the intense side stretch. I'm just going to clasp my hands behind me, but you can hold your forearms or go into reverse namaste. Step your right leg back. A shorter stance here as the right hip works its way back. We're going to melt the body towards the left thigh and possibly bring the chin to shin. However, this is a progression, so don't feel to do this. Just work with what's available, as always. Breathing. And carefully come up as we rotate and face the left leg. Again, the stance is going to be a little bit shorter than we're used to. Sending the left hip back. And then on an exhale, lengthening and hinging from those hips to bring yourself a little closer to that left leg. Breathe. And we'll inhale to come up. Carefully come to the top of the mat. Beautiful job, everybody. So from here, we're going to take an opportunity to work on some balance postures. A sequence of Vrikshasana, tree, to Warrior 3, Virabhadrasana, to Ardha Chandrasana, half moon, and then our flying splits. All on one side, and we'll transition to the opposite leg. So nice stance, comfortable stance, sit bone, hip bone distance, in preparation for tree. Bend your right knee, bring it out to the side. You can entertain the kickstand and bring your hands to heart center, or possibly bring the sole of the foot to the calf. If you want to take it higher, take it above the knee. Press the heel into that left thigh. Make that connection, and then bring your hands back to your heart. Light touch of the fingers. Swallow to separate your jaw slightly. Neutralize your brow line. Grounded left foot. And just be. We're going to take that right foot and float it. Maybe meet the mat for a second. Bend the knee right back up. And then extend that right leg back behind you for our Warrior 3, pointing the toes down towards the mat below you. Hands remain at your heart, sending the heart forward and breathing. Again, it doesn't matter how deep you go. You work with what feels best. And then bend your knee slightly to bring your hands to the mat. So for now, we're going to really ground the left hand to the mat and extend the right arm up. Flex that right foot for Ardha Chandrasana. It's okay if we fall here a couple times. Sometimes balance postures can knock us off a little. So work with what's available and what you can do at this time. Breathing. Bring hands to the mat. We're going to walk those hands in a little closer to that left foot. At the same time, point the right toes up towards the ceiling for our flying splits or standing splits. Breathe. And don't worry about how vertical you are here. Inhale, bring the right foot down. Exhale the hands to the hips and inhale to come up. Excellent. That sequence can be challenging sometimes, especially if our balance is not in favor. But we're going to do it again on the left side. Bend the left knee and bring it out to the side. So as always, entertain the tree, the stability point first. Kickstand, calf or higher. Find that stable. Bring your hands to your heart. Thumbs close to the sternum, light touch of the fingertips. And just being. Just breathing. And then we're going to float that leg out in front of us, bend the knee, and then extend that left leg back, toes pointing down for our Warrior 3. And of course, if your foot touches the mat, that's okay too. Breathe and focus. And then carefully bend the right knee so you can bring your hands to the mat below you. You're going to bring that right hand just ahead of your shoulder. You're going to straighten that leg and point the left, or excuse me, flex the left foot in Ardha Chandrasana or half moon, extending the left hand up towards the ceiling. Nice stable foundation with that right leg, pressing the left heel away from you. Drawing the belly in. Both hands on the mat. Take your hands closer to that right foot as you point the left toes. And extend into the standing split. And then inhale, bring that left leg down to join the right. Exhale the hands to the hips and inhale to come up. Excellent job, everybody. So I'm going to move a little closer to the top of the mat and just take a moment here to find my breath and possibly take a gentle Uttanasana. I'm going to hold my forearms in this variation. However, you can always just bring your fingertips or hands to the sides of your feet and just fold over. Checking in with yourself, seeing how we're doing, how does the breath feel, and just absorbing the standing sequence and just the postures we did as we prepare to work from a seated position here shortly. Just breathe and be. So we made it to this seated sequence, and we're in our Dandasana with the toes and feet flexed, toes pointing towards you. Drawing in the pelvic floor as you attempt to lift up, placing the hands at the outsides of the hips, and breathing. Taking a moment here as we prepare. We will go into this first posture known as Paschimottanasana. So from here, if you're not able to get comfortably towards the legs, you can always bend your knees onto the heels and stay here to connect your belly and ribs to the tops of your thighs. Option 2, you can extend the legs and allow the belly and ribs to find the tops of the thighs. Maybe you find your toes here. Extend the arms, hollow out that belly, and then bring yourself just a little closer towards your legs for Paschimottanasana. If your forward fold is not deep, gaze at your toes as your focal point. Continue to breathe. Inhale to lengthen, extend the arms, and bring yourself back up. Now in between each of these postures, we're going to find a Navasana. So we're going to find those sits bones and pick the legs up. Your choice, heels, parallel shins, or extend the legs nice and straight. Reach those arms out towards the top of your mat. And then we'll bring our feet back down, take ourselves through a vinyasa, or you can just stay in downward dog. So chaturanga to inhale, upward facing, exhale, downward facing. And then you can just drop to your knees or bring the legs in or jump through, your choice. As we find ourselves back onto the mat below us, we're going to bend the right knee in. We're going to go into a variation of Ardha Baddha Padma Paschimottanasana. So if lotus is not part of your practice, you can just bend the knee and bring the sole of the foot into that left leg and your right hand behind you. However, if lotus is part of your practice, you can take that right foot into lotus so that the outer edge of your foot is in the crease of your hip. If you can bind and find that right toe, great. If not, just keep the hand behind you, raise the left arm up. And then on an exhale, maybe we find the shin, the ankle, the foot. Wherever you are is perfect. Gaze at your toes and breathe. Again, there's no rush in the postures. Just let them come. Inhale to release that. Side. And extend the right leg out. As we bend the left leg in, you can entertain the left sole of the foot into the right thigh with the left hand towards the lower back and reach the right arm up. Otherwise, you will go ahead and bring the left foot into lotus. Taking your time here. And then maybe finding the toe or not. That is perfectly okay. We'll all have the right arm up. And then as we lengthen towards the right leg, you can settle the right hand, find the foot, find the ankle. Breathe. Gazing at those right toes. And inhale to come up and release. We'll take that left leg out to join the right, and we're going to entertain another Navasana. So we'll pick it up, extend those hands out, and those arms are reaching And then go ahead and cycle through either a down dog or a vinyasa, your choice. And breathe back into downward facing. So your choice to drop to your knees, bring your legs in closer to your hands, or if you want to find a jump through, feel free to do that as well. So from here, we're going to bend the right knee and bring the sole of that right foot into your left thigh for Janu Shirshasana A position. So this is similar to what we just before, minus the lotus. So you might find that you'll be doing this again. Our hands this time will focus on reaching towards the left leg. So bring the belly as close as possible towards that left leg. Maybe you frame the left leg. Maybe you find the ankle. Maybe you clasp your fingertips around that left foot. Whatever works for you is perfect. Breathing. And inhale to come up. From here, we'll bring that right leg in and extend it to join the left. Bend the left knee and bring it out to the side. And from here, adjust your right hip to the back of the room so our body is facing towards that right leg as much as possible. And then from here, we're going to lengthen our body over that right leg, whether we frame the foot, hold the shin, hold the ankle, or in my case, I'm just clasping my wrist around the foot and gazing at the toes. Breathing. Always finding a moment for some deeper variations or just finding more space. Inhale to come up and then release. So the left leg will join the right for a Navasana. Extend the arms out and pick it up. Breathing. No counting, gazing at the toes. Just try to be in the posture and live in that moment. And then go ahead and cycle through your vinyasa of choice, whether it's the down dog or going through your chaturanga and your upward facing and the downward facing. Now here, of course, you have the option of just dropping to your knees or jumping through, whatever you choose. So from here, we're going to bend the right leg in again as we prepare for Marichyasana A. So my hand palm is about spaced out between my left and right leg. My left hand is out to the side to support me, so the right arm comes up, and I reach as far forward as I can. Now, if my right hand does not go past my left foot, that's okay. You can bend that right arm close to bring your knee close to your right shoulder. Otherwise, if your hand passes, turn the right thumb down and see if maybe you can entertain a bind by taking that hand behind your right leg and the left hand to catch it. Again, the bind is an option. We want to create as much length in our spine here. Gazing at our toes. Binding is definitely not one of my strongest suits, so I'm constantly working on them, finding ways to deepen and create more space. Inhale to come up and release. So we'll take that right leg out. We'll bend the left leg. Take your left palm in between that left foot and your right thigh and create some space there. Right hand out to the side to support. Your left arm will come up and reach as far forward, whether you bend the hand and create the knee to shoulder connection or extend to turn the left thumb down and see if maybe you can entertain a bind. And if not, that's okay too. Just reach the chin forward, the chest, and just take a moment here. Breathing. Flexed right foot. And inhale to come up and release. So that left leg joins the right as we prepare for another Navasana with the arms extended out, pointing those hands, and then pick it up. Again, you can always use your heels, parallel shins, or straighten the legs. Your choice. And then we'll go ahead and cycle through your choice of vinyasa or press back into down dog. Again, always an option for you. You can always drop to your knees and extend your legs, or you can jump through, your choice. As we prepare for bound angle posture, Ardha Chandra. This is your Ardha Matsyendrasana. It's a variation of half Lord of the Fishes posture. So you can bring your right ankle close to the knee or in front of it. You can always just hug that knee in. Or, for those of you that can take the elbow and that shoulder, armpit to the outside of that right knee, you're more than welcome to do this variation and catch your ankle. You can always bend that left arm where the fingers are flared as another alternative. It's a deep twist. Right hand is helping support, or maybe it finds the top of the left thigh. I'm still working on this one, so I'm barely finding it. And then we'll switch over to the opposite side. We'll tuck the right leg in. That left knee will bend, whether you bring the left foot to the side or in front of the right knee. You can always hug, find the ankle, which is bend at the elbow of the right hand, arm, and twist. I'm almost getting there, but again, this is a work in progress for me, so we're just working with what's accessible. And just breathe. And release. And you've guessed it, Navasana. So pick it up and extend those arms out in front of you. If these Navasanas become a little more uncomfortable than they're worth, you can always just keep the heels onto the mat and activate the abdominal muscles. And then go ahead and cycle through either a down dog or vinyasa. Breathing. And again, stepping, hopping, your choice. Jump through. And now we'll find that Baddha Konasana. So we'll do two variations here. Extended spine Baddha Konasana or bound ankle posture, and then we'll round our spinal column. So from here we want to really send the chest forward and create as much extension in our spine. So you can hold the tops of your feet, your ankles, or your shins. So avoid rounding too much and just hinge from where your body will allow. Don't force it all the way down, and try not to press your forearms into the inner thighs. Gazing at the floor. And then inhale to come up. So for the next variation, we're going to actually round our spinal column and bring the forehead close as possible towards the toes. And if you don't, that's okay too. Breathing. And inhale to come up. Take your hands to the outer knees. And again, we're going to find that Navasana, so pick it up and extend the arms out in front of you. Breathing. And go ahead and cycle through, either down dog or vinyasa. Inhale, upward facing. And exhale, downward facing. And then from here, drop to your knees, walk your legs in, or jump through, your choice. We're going to come onto our backs for a few variations of supine postures. So we're going to bend the knees. I'll just take a moment here to just kind of windshield wiper the legs. So we'll send the knees from side to side. Give ourselves a little bit of a stretch. And then from here, with the palms facing up, we're going to take the left leg behind the right knee for a variation of a supine pigeon. So your hands, after you pick up the right heel, can go in between to catch the right thigh, or for those of you with a greater range of motion, you can lift up just a little to catch the shin and lower yourself back down. So bring that right thigh really close to your chest and send that left knee away from you to open up that hip. And breathe. You can also thread a strap between your thighs to also hold each side of the strap if that's an option for you. And then bring that right leg down. Bring the right ankle behind that left knee, whether you're holding the left thigh, the front of the left shin, or you've threaded a strap behind that left thigh into each hand. Work with what's available. And bring that left thigh really close to your chest and press your right knee away from you. Both of my feet are flexed. And open up that hip. Breathing. And release that leg down to the mat and take the right leg to join the left. So from here, we're going to work with variations of a back bend. The first option will be bridge, and the second option is Urdhva Dhanurasana or upward bow. We'll start together with bridge, palms facing up, feet close together. Maybe inchworm your shoulder blades in towards the center of your mat. So just begin the process of warming up the spine in a back bend. So we'll lift the hips up, ground the insides of the feet, and if you're able to clasp your hands underneath you, feel free to do that. Bringing your sternum close to the chin, or just keep the hands separate. This will be your first option for all 3 rounds. We'll have 2 rounds left. Breathe here. So we're all currently in bridge posture to start, and then we're going to lower down. You have the option of doing that 2 more times, or for those of you that want to try your wheel, bring your hands close to your ears, elbows in, and then we're going to lift to the top of our head, walk the hands in a little closer to the ears, and press up. Insides of the feet are heavy, so we're either in Urdhva Dhanurasana or bridge posture, your choice. If you're in the upward bow, you'll drop to your head. If you're in bridge, you'll lower back down and then pop right back up. Breathe. Pressing those palms, spiraling the thighs in if you're in the upward bow towards each other, and then carefully lower down, taking your time. And then from here, hug your knees into your chest to kind of counteract the back bend work we just did there. Whether you roll from side to side, make small circles, maybe curl into a ball, whatever feels best to you and most inviting. Please entertain that. Let's bring our feet back to the mat below us. And then just finding some length in this mat. I'm going to take our hands next to the side body and then take them out like a T as we prepare to do a twisting supine posture here. More for bringing ourselves back into Shavasana. So lift up the hips, drop the right hip down onto the mat and take your knees into that direction. Now if you take your arms higher and your shoulder blades, leave the mat, bring them a little closer below the T-line. And you can stay in this position gazing at your left shoulder blade or up towards the ceiling. For those of you that can cross your legs into each other, in other words, crossing the right behind the left, you're more than welcome to entertain that option. If not, just keep the knees where they're at. This is a gravity-assisted pose. Let gravity do the work here for you. And then carefully come back up to the center to level out your hips. Now we're going to pop our hips up and drop the left hip down. Allow the knees to go in that same direction of that dropped hip. Gazing down your right shoulder, maybe crossing the legs, or gazing up towards the ceiling, and let gravity do the work here. Breathe as we prepare for Shavasana. And then let's carefully come out of the pose. Bring the arms closer to side body. Extend our legs out long. Iron out the wrinkles of your practice and lie in your Shavasana. Thank you for joining me today. Namaste to each and every one of you.